Welcome back, beautiful souls. This is SoulStrength, where women rise, heal, and remember who you truly are. Let's begin. What if your spine broke, but your spirit didn't? What if your body was crushed, but your soul rose stronger? What if the world said, "You can't," and you said, "Watch me"? This is not a story of pain. This is a story of fire, of a woman who bled, who broke, and still became a lighthouse for millions. Muniba Mazari, a name that echoes in every corner where hope was once lost. Born in Pakistan, raised in a traditional setting, she was just like many of us. A girl with dreams, but told to stay quiet. A woman with emotions, told to stay small. She wasn't raised to rebel. She was raised to endure. But destiny had other plans. And pain had a purpose. She was 21. Just newly married. Just beginning her life. They were driving. She was in the passenger seat. And in one flash, the car spun out of control. Her world flipped. The glass shattered. Her spine crushed. She could hear her own bones cracking. She could feel the blood, warm, wet, rushing over her. But the worst part? She was conscious the whole time. They pulled her out like dead weight. Spine fractured. Arm dislocated. Ribs broken. Organs bleeding. She was paralyzed from the waist down. Forever. Doctors said, "You'll never walk again. You'll never be able to carry a child. You're lucky to be alive." But how do you call it lucky when your body is no longer yours? She lay in that hospital bed for 2 years. Every minute felt like a century. Every mirror felt like an insult. She cried, screamed, and then she stopped. Because something inside her whispered, "If I survived, then I must have a reason to live." One day, staring at the white hospital wall, she asked for a canvas. No one took her seriously. She was broken after all. What would she paint? But with every brushstroke, she didn't just paint flowers or faces. She painted her pain. She poured rage into reds. She turned sorrow into blues. She bled through every color. And the world saw it. And paused. From a wheelchair, from shattered bones, she created art that spoke louder than words ever could. She didn't just paint. She screamed in color. And in those paintings, women saw themselves. Wounded. Surviving. Still, beautiful. The world saw her TED Talk. And the world heard her voice, steady, broken, beautiful. But that strength didn't come overnight. Before the spotlight, there was silence. There were years of doubt. Of looking in the mirror and not recognizing herself. She's spoken openly about the pain of losing not just mobility, but identity. But instead of hiding forever, she chose to rise. Because some stories are born from silence. And some voices don't come from confidence, they come from courage. She didn't wait to feel ready. She spoke because staying silent hurt more. She spoke of loss. Of love. Of being rejected. Of being told she's no longer enough because she couldn't be a wife. Or a mother. And then she said, "Watch me become everything you said I'd never be." Doctors told her, "You can't have children." Society whispered behind her back, "You're incomplete." And for a while, she believed them. She cried herself to sleep, questioning her worth. Because in a world that reduces womanhood to a womb, how do you fight the feeling that something inside you is missing? But Muniba began to understand. Motherhood isn't defined by blood. It's not about biology. It's about love, presence, and the power to nurture. She adopted a son, a beautiful boy who gave her life a new meaning. And she raised him not just with care, but with courage. Because being a mother isn't about what your body can do. It's about what your heart refuses to stop doing, loving. She became a mother without giving birth. And she proved to millions of women, you don't need a womb to give life. You need a heart that never gives up. People didn't understand her. They asked, "Why do you still wear lipstick? Why do you dress up when you're in a wheelchair?" As if disability meant she had to stop being a woman. They looked at her visibility as rebellion instead of resilience. Because society struggles with a simple truth. A woman who suffers is still allowed to shine. They wanted her quiet. Invisible. Tucked away. But Muniba didn't disappear. She sat in a wheelchair and faced the camera. She walked with her voice when her legs couldn't. She became the first wheelchair-using model for Tony and Guy in Asia. She rolled into spaces where people said she didn't belong. She modeled. She spoke. She showed up not to inspire, but to exist unapologetically. Not to prove a point, but to take up space in a world that tried to shrink her. Because every woman watching her learned, you don't need permission to be powerful. Pain didn't just break her. It stripped her bare. It shattered every false layer and forced her to meet the woman underneath. Not the obedient wife, not the quiet daughter, but the fire, the truth, the unshakable voice that had been waiting to rise. Pain didn't destroy her. It built her, brick by brick, scar by scar, truth by truth. It silenced the noise, the people-pleasing, the pretending, the fear of rejection. It forced her to ask one of the hardest questions a woman can face. Who am I when I have nothing left to prove? And the answer was simple and fierce. I am fire. I am voice. I am proof that survival is not enough. We are here to lead. She stopped chasing approval. She started chasing purpose. She built schools. She became the UN's national ambassador. She stood for women who had been silenced, erased, dismissed. And she did it not with perfection, but with presence. She looked pain in the eye and whispered, "Thank you. You gave me truth. You gave me strength. You gave me me." There are women listening right now who feel like their story is over. You've been hurt, betrayed, abandoned. You wake up and wonder if any of this will ever make sense. But Muniba's story is proof that your pain is not a dead end. It's a doorway. You don't have to pretend to be fine. You don't have to be strong every minute. But you do have to believe that this pain is trying to show you something. It's not here to punish you. It's here to push you toward the truth, toward your power, toward the life you were meant to live. Every scar you carry is not a weakness, it's a message. A message that says, I went through fire. And I came out changed. So don't run from your pain. Don't numb it. Don't hide it. Let it speak. Let it shape you. Let it become the reason you rise and never look back. So how do you find purpose in pain? You stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can I do with it now? Because the truth is, purpose doesn't wait for the pain to disappear. It rises from the middle of it. When everything breaks, purpose is the quiet voice that says, build anyway. Use your pain, not just to survive, but to create. Speak. Paint. Help someone. Start something. Whatever hurt you, let it give birth to something greater. Because your story is not just yours, it's someone else's survival guide. Pain only becomes power when it moves through you and into the world. When it becomes a boundary you now protect. A message you now carry. A mission you now live. Don't let pain bury you. Let it shape you into the version of you that was always meant to rise. Because pain didn't come to destroy you. It came to wake you up. Comment below, what part of Muniba's journey hit you the hardest? Before we close, I want to speak to every small YouTuber watching this. If you've just started your channel, like me, and you're putting your heart into your message, I see you. So let's use the comments below not just for truth, but for growth. Drop a line about your channel, what you stand for, what kind of impact you want to make. And for those who want to support, please don't subscribe randomly. That doesn't help anyone. It confuses the algorithm and weakens real engagement. Instead, if a creator speaks to you, watch 2 of their videos. Leave a kind comment. And only then, subscribe with intention. We don't grow by numbers. We grow through connection. Let this space be a platform not just for me, but for all of us building something real. This is SoulStrength, where your pain finds purpose and your story finds power. Until next time, beautiful soul, rise, heal, and remember who you truly are.